I got to kick this thing off. Can I kick it off? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, listen.
I think it's rich for people. Another aspect of it, again, not saying this. If you can participate, participate. But it's rich to me for people who are telling other people's kids to do this, go here, do that. Don't, when their own kids, they purposely took them out of certain situations and put them in other situations where, granted, it's not statewide vote, but on the school board, your vote didn't matter when you took them and put them in this school. In the county that you live in, your vote didn't matter. So people's votes all of a sudden matter now, and they're saying don't go here because of that. Well, a lot of people purposely took their kids to places where they knew their votes weren't mattering. Purposely.
All I'm saying is that it's not like we're not against the movement.
Those cities,
just
those
because
councils,
we're pointing out.
If they had said, hey, listen, the black people can't vote for school boards in this county, if they could said, no, we're going to gerrymander in this school board so you can't vote in this county, then they shouldn't have sent their kids there.
No, that's not
the point of the protest.
So what is
the point of the protest is the vote.
That's what I'm saying. So
the point of the protest is for them to stop racially gerrymandering so that we don't have representation. That's the point.
Vote.
That's not
the vote. The vote. Our vote is not the point.
The vote is to have. We can still vote. You can still vote, but your vote don't matter. You can still vote.
Right.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
But it's the racially gerrymandering that neutralizes your vote. That's the cause that we need to impact, not our ability to vote. If they say, hey, you darkies can't go and vote, then what you're saying is right. But what they're saying is we're going to make it to where you can vote, but it don't matter anything. So what we are targeting is the racial gerrymandering, not the ability to vote.
I think that both issues are under attack, but I get what you're saying.
Possibly,
no, it's definitely gerrymandering.
Well, for sure, gerrymandering, but I think the whole point is our ability to vote. They're trying to neutralize it by these roundabout means, but at the same time, that's the point.
Yeah, and you're right. Again, they are going to go after it because they're going after what is it called? I think it's Amendment 14, birthright citizenship. What was it? Is it Alabama? There was a representative in Alabama that was saying, I think we should go after birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
You know who birthright citizenship was intended for? Our ancestors.
Yeah.
So at what point is it going to be like, all right, that's enough, dog?
Right. So then let me ask you, and this is, maybe I didn't see it in the plan or anything like that. Was there not a call for them to go to HBCUs? It was just to go to other schools up north? Or outside of that?
I had it up, but my phone died. Let me
because I didn't see anything specifically about that.
Now I
don't remember.
I think now, to be fair, I think if I've always said, I think we've said on the show, I know I'll speak for myself. I've said it. What if all of our top talent went to HBCUs instead of these white institutions? Right. And if they all went to these HBCUs, right, then the HBCUs can benefit from our talent. Now, if that was the call, then that is a sacrifice because you're going to a university that's not going to have the same level of weight program. They're not going to have the same food hall. They're not going to have the same amenities or whatever. That is a sacrifice. That's a sacrifice because it's not an apples to apples comparison. Right. But I think obviously we would like them to go to HBCUs, but I think it's just saying don't go to the state run institutions in these states. So instead of going to LSU, go to Louisiana Tech. Instead of going to Alabama or what's the other one? Auburn, go to another university, and they're not telling them to just leave the state. Just don't play for these state-run institutions.
But like Georgia Tech is hard as hell to get into. You got to have like a 30 ACT score to get into Georgia Tech.
You think all
What do
them
you
black
mean?
dudes, and now listen, and I'm not trying to be racist, but do you think every single one of them black dudes got a 30-something ACT score?
No, I know they don't. That's the point. But you want them to go somewhere else. So it's like that's the point. If my child can't get into a school like Georgia Tech without being as athletically sound as he is, but he can go to Georgia Tech, that's a sacrifice. That's all I'm asking you to acknowledge. That's a sacrifice.
I've always said this when it comes to HBCU or wherever. I'm never going to be an advocate of saying exclude yourself from going to this school. I'm for as many opportunities as possible for Black people. So if you're going to live in the state, if you're paying taxes in the state, if you grew up in the state, I don't think it's smart to say I'm going to not attend that. If that's the case, leave the state. You know, that's my philosophy on it. There are kids who can't go anywhere but those schools in state. It's just not feasible. I mean, so I just want as many Black kids to have as many opportunities as they can.
I think ultimately, this is a problem that we need to figure out and we need to address. Why can't the Black community come on one accord?
I knew you was about to say.
Okay. I mean, because you look at it right now. We talk about let's go to Atlanta. And you look at Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's the former mayor of Atlanta. She's running for governor in Georgia, right? She won the primary, so she's going to be the Democratic candidate. There's already a lot of Black people talking about why they're not going to vote for her. And a lot of the stuff, I mean, it's the same thing. And I'll speak for myself. I was guilty of it with Kamala. I didn't really like Kamala when she first came out because there was a lot of stuff that was true and there's a lot of stuff that was exaggerated that they did to try to handicap her potential as a candidate. And now we're seeing some of that with Keisha Lance Bottoms. But I would hope that at some point we will realize that, hey, listen, man, there's not going to be a perfect candidate. It's not going to be a perfect candidate. There's not going to be a perfect protest, but we have to do something. And I'm of the mindset that if I don't have a better solution where I'm able to go sit down and meet and say, hey, can we implement this? Instead of saying, hey, well, what about and spitting? I don't believe you because you guys are far from sellouts. Because if y'all were sellouts, we wouldn't even be on this show. We wouldn't even be friends. We wouldn't be. But I feel like there's too much of the back and forth with that actual movement. And the back and forth causes confusion and it prevents anything that we try to do from being effective. I think the Target boycott, we was good with the Target boycott until what? The confusion started happening, right? Everybody was good. Fuck Target. We ain't going back to Target. That was the most effective boycott that we have done, in my mind, that I could think of. People could correct me, since the Montgomery boycott. Hey, why Target? And there was a lot of people who was like, why Target? Such and such did wrong. Such and such did wrong against Black people. They did this, did that. And we was like, yeah, okay, but we're making an example out of this one. We're making an example out of Target. And it didn't fall apart. It didn't fall apart until Jamal Bryant went and said, hey, protest is over. Then other people say, wait a minute.
It was a fast.
Yeah, the fast is over. And then other people say, well, how you gonna call it? It wasn't even yours, it was ours to begin with. And once the confusion got entered in to the chat, then all this went to shit. So we got to find a way to not do that to ourselves.
But Target, no, it was always Black people going to Target the whole time. So it was effective and not everybody participated, which is basically what I was saying. This can be effective, but not everybody's going to have to participate.
Yes, because I've been boycotting Walmart for like 14 years and no one cares. No one cares. I'm not stopping. I'm still steadfast in my boycott. But the point is like there is still a large population of people that don't go to Target. So
I ain't been back. So
the
I didn't back
impact is
either. And
huge.
I really needed to go there the other day.
right.
I really needed to go there. I said, man, ain't nobody gonna see me. But I'm so damn big. People see me and I don't see them. They sure would have took a picture and put it on social media. So no, I didn't do it.
But that's my point though. Like we are having an impact. And so we can't just black and white this thing where it's just like if 100% of the people aren't on board, then we're not being effective. We're being effective. And I can disagree with all of the bullet points and still support the movement. I can still support the boycott or whatever it is that we're doing, not just with my silence, with my dollars, or with my, with my voice, or with the sharing or whatever, and still say, hey, like we always say, I'm going to hold this candidate's feet to the fire. I'm going to hold you accountable. I would also like to see some results. I think this is how it can be improved. And I don't want to fall short of holding people accountable and making things better for the sake of being on one accord. No, because if you come in half-assed, I'm going to tell you came in half-assed. I just can't help myself.
Yeah, well, I think you're gonna be in the way. And
Been in the way
and I
30,
also think
45 years.
and I also think that to you all's point, we don't need 100% participation to be effective. You are right with that. We don't need 100% participation, but we do need 100% of the people who don't agree to shut the fuck up and stay out the way. So the people
You
that
asked
want to
us.
make action, hold on 1 second. The people who want to try to make a difference don't have to deal with, okay, I'm trying to fight the white supremacists over here, but I also got to spend energy trying to get you motherfuckers not try to deter people from joining along. So that's the situation that we need to address. But anyway, I think we talked about it enough.
No,
Make sure you
I
go to our
shared the
Facebook and
protest on
Instagram
our
at
page
Man Listen Show.
2 days
Go to
ago.
our YouTube, click the bell icon so you can notify the upcoming episodes. And make sure you tell a friend about the Blackest Radio Show on the internet, the Man Listen Show. We'll have you next time. Shout out to C.
What up, C?